there was a man who had 2 sons. The younger one said to his father, "Father, give me my share of the inheritance." So the father divided his property between them. In the quiet town of Oku, surrounded by farms and streams, lived a farmer named Atar and his 2 sons, Etim and Ea. Atar was known for his honesty and hard work. Etim, the elder son, was steady and dependable, helping his father on the farm. Ea, the younger, was restless, always dreaming of adventure beyond their small town. One day, Ea approached his father as they sat under the big mango tree in their yard. "Father," he began cautiously, "I want my share of your wealth now. I'm ready to leave and start a life in the city." Atara's face darkened with worry. "My son, why are you in such a hurry? This life here is good. The city is not as kind as you think." "I know what I want, father," Ea insisted. "Please, trust me with my share." Atar sighed deeply. "I will not hand it over like that. You must stay and learn how to handle responsibility. You're not ready yet." For weeks, Ea avoided his father, determined to leave. Finally, Atar called both his sons under the mango tree. "Ea," he began, his tone heavy with emotion, "if you are determined to leave, I will respect your wish. But know this, wealth is not just money, it is the land, the livestock, and the legacy we build for our family." Atar arranged for a trusted surveyor to assess the value of the family's property. He divided the estate into shares and gave Ea his portion, a third of the wealth. This included cash, a few goats, and a small piece of farmland that could be sold. "Take it, my son," Atar said, handing Ea the final documents. "But remember, this is more than just wealth, it is a piece of your heritage. Do not squander it." Ea thanked his father, packed his belongings, and left for Afahar, a bustling city filled with lights, noise, and endless possibilities. In Afahar, Ea was amazed by the towering buildings, lively markets, and the constant buzz of activity. He rented a fine apartment and quickly made friends who admired his wealth. Ea threw lavish parties, bought expensive clothes, and lived as though his money would never run out. But soon, his fortune dwindled. His so-called friends, who had enjoyed his generosity, disappeared one by one. When Ea couldn't pay his rent, his landlord evicted him. Alone and penniless, Ea wandered the streets, desperately searching for work. The city that had once seemed full of opportunities now felt cold and unforgiving. Eventually, Ea found a job on a pig farm on the city's outskirts. The work was filthy and the smell of the pigs made him gag. He was paid so little that he often went to bed hungry. At night, lying in the barn, Ea would think of home. One day, as he watched the pigs eating, a bitter thought struck him. "Even my father's servants live better than this. They eat well and sleep under a roof." But his pride held him back. How could he face his father and brother after wasting everything? Weeks turned into months, and Ea's situation only grew worse. Finally, too weary to fight his shame, he decided to return home. "I will beg my father to let me work as one of his servants," he said to himself. "I'm no longer worthy to be his son." The journey back to Oku was long and grueling. Ea walked barefoot, his once fine clothes now reduced to rags. When he reached the edge of town, he hesitated. What if his father refused to see him? Unknown to Ea, Atar had never stopped hoping for his return. Every evening, Atar would stand by the gate, scanning the road for any sign of his son. That day, when he saw a figure in the distance, his heart leaped. He recognized Ea's walk, though it was slow and weary. Atar ran down the road, his arms wide. "Ea, my son!" Ea dropped to his knees, tears streaming down his face. "Father, I have sinned against you and against heaven. I'm not worthy to be your son. Please, take me as one of your servants." But Atar pulled him to his feet and embraced him tightly. "My son, you were lost and are found. You were dead and are alive again." He called to his servants. "Bring the best robe and sandals. Prepare a feast. Tonight, we celebrate." Meanwhile, Etim was returning from the fields. When he heard the music and laughter, he asked a servant, "What is going on?" "Your brother has returned," the servant replied, "and your father is throwing a celebration." Etim's face hardened. "After everything he did? And I've been here all this time, working without complaint. Has my father ever celebrated me?" When Atar heard that Etim refused to join the feast, he went out to him. "Etim, my son, why are you upset?" "Father," Etim replied, "I've worked hard for you all these years. I've never asked for anything. But Ea wasted your money and brought shame to our family, and now you reward him?" Atar placed a hand on Etim's shoulder. "My son, everything I have is yours. But today, we must rejoice. Your brother was lost and is found. He was dead to us and now lives again." Etim looked at his father, and though he still felt hurt, he saw the joy in his father's eyes. Slowly, he nodded. That night, the family celebrated together. Ea promised to work hard and earn back his father's trust. Over time, the brothers mended their relationship, and the people of Oko spoke of the family's story as a powerful lesson in forgiveness and redemption. Please subscribe.